Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Vince McShane with you here, watching a little SmackDown in the background. It's been a very long day, and I mean long, double-ong day. But, wanted to get a little something done here, so this is probably going to be the last two I make for a minute. I'm really just going to focus the rest of the way through. We're going to finish up 2K22 on Sunday at noon with WrestleMania. So that's there, and then we put that to bed. Although, the way this game's working, I might just as soon stay with 22 and say screw it to this. I don't know. Done, though. The message come out today that they're going to add the Damage Control trio entrance. So maybe there is some hope that the trio entrances will make their way into this iteration. I'm not holding my breath in any way, shape, or form. So, it is what it is. All right, we're going to jump into this real quick here. I would like to bang this out pretty quick, and I think it's doable. I'm not even going to worry about any of this stuff. I'm literally just going to make the costumes right now because they're going to be identical costumes. It's a tag team. And even the physiques are going to be pretty much the same. It's just the face and everything else will be different. So I figure I'll just do all this stuff, copy it over, and then I can start individualizing. Corey Andrews on the early squad. Appreciate you, brother. Hope everybody's having a great day. Like I said, I got SmackDown kind of going on in the background there. So I glimpse at that a little bit here and there. I don't want to bring the volume on it up too much because it might bleed into the microphone, and then next thing I know, I'm getting another fucking strike issued against me. I picked up a strike for that Ric Flair roast, which I commentated. I didn't play the audio. I commentated, and every once in a while you could hear a little bit of it in the background. And fuckers gave me a strike for that. It'll drop off in June. I had to take their little class, which takes about 30 seconds. I'm doing all right. Corey, how you doing? Nacho Man. You. All right. Like I said, we're going to not worry about all this stuff and strictly focus on the attire. Let me pull it up over here. This is a pretty straightforward attire. It should knock this out in 0 time. That's what I always say, though, and then shit goes south. Well, I think I'm going to take a little bit of extra time doing the faces and the hair, that kind of thing, but... Alright, clothing upper. Let's get rid of that thing. That has no business here at all. Elbow pads for sure, for sure. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Copy that over. The LWO t-shirts are here on SmackDown. Not sure why Liv Morgan would have one, but that's alright. Black wristbands are perfectly exactly what I need for that. And we drop down to the lower. I'm telling you, man, we're almost done with this thing already. Wrestling tights. We'll take our generics. Thank you very much for playing. Colors are going to be black and black. Like AC/DC. Only that was back and black. But you get the idea. Alright, let me get some material because I need that to be blacker. Like that is what I'm talking about. Bam. We're going to end up losing the knee pads here, but before we get there, gotta bring some designs in. All we are is just another brick in the wall. $1 million question is, go with that. I may end up having to do a second one, but for now, almost positive because the boots aren't going to reach that high. Okay, moving right along here. And I just presume at this point, if you're watching this stuff, you know where this is all about. But in case you're new and you're not familiar, this is based on the artwork renderings Mr. Hal Haney. He does these really cool cartoon style animations of wrestlers that he would like to create. And then I turn them into 3Ds here. Okay. This is working out pretty easily right now. I knew it was going to be mostly the heads that were going to take the time. And once I get this all set up and saved, then I'll bounce back in. Also, I have to do a little minor tweak on the one we did yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, Dave. All blurs together after a while. Cool. All right, let's go down here. We're going to get rid of this. Going to get rid of this. And that might be long enough, actually. Lucky me. All I got to do is find some lengthy boots. So we'll go over here to tall. And then I just need some white boots. Preferably lace. Oh, they're going to be taller than that. Or I'm going to have to tweak. I think what I'm going to do to fix this. Yeah, because there's no way around it. I'll stick with these. These are perfectly fine. Now let's get back up here. And we're just going to grab a couple of these bad boys right here. And then we're going to cover this up a bit. I was going to say, is that bleeding over to the other pant leg? But yes, it is. Make sure we make it the same material so that it blends right. Kind of strange. All right, let me do it this way. I wasn't going to try and do that, but... yeah, that worked fine. There we go. Remapped it. Steven Dower, how are you, buddy? The Midnight. Sounds like a cool name for a band. Neil Hooper. Hooper? Slow ahead if you please. 2:30 a.m. Yowza. Oh, damn, Corey. Hope you feel better, man. That's a long recovery there. Yeah, I got home way too late. I was planning on doing N64 tonight, but no, I am zonked. Dead tired. Willie D, Willie D. What's up, Willie D? Kill shot. Howdy. Neil Hooper in the house. You know that already. All right, get some rest, man. That's Zero Dark Stupid in the morning, man. You gotta get some rest. Yeah, it's late for me too. Believe me, I'm barely awake right now. So my eyes are heavy, but I figure I can knock this thing out pretty quickly, hopefully. Like I said, these are going to be the last two that I make for a little while. I want to focus now on actually bringing you guys some content. I guess this is content too. It's just making this whole roster up. 2 rosters, technically. I want to start putting them in action. Oh, I didn't notice that there was stuff written on the back of those shoes. I have to do something about that. Cloth. Accept. Color. Accept. And I was going to say we are now done with the attire, except for the fact that I just saw the Garza thing. So we're going to bounce down here. And at the same time, we can just take a look and see if there aren't some generic boots that won't have that nonsense written on them to begin with, because otherwise, why do we need that? Let's see. There we are. We'll just go with those instead. There we go. Looking good. All right. Like I said, everything else will come after right now. I just wanted to get that done. And we'll end up copying that, making a second one, and then we'll start doing the individualized details. I thought I was going to try and watch Hall of Fame tonight, but there is no way I'm going to make that. If I go to bed early, like in the next few minutes here, then I can wake up early and watch it before work. It's probably better that way because then I can skip ahead. And I said there was one other thing we were going to tweak. Let's go edit custom. By the way, I made a Bailey and uploaded it if anyone's interested in the old school Bailey. Somebody else had everything looking good except they had current Bailey and everything else was there. So I had like the old school jacket and stuff like that. I did add the arm tassels because there was a period of time where she had them, and I thought it was a cool look for her. Basically, I literally took a picture of her in-game face and imported it. They don't really have the right Bayley hair. And this is the closest one. And I had to put a headband on there to kind of make it look right. But even then, wouldn't call it perfect. But anyway, she's up there. I gave credit to the individual whose attires it was. It's got the purple jacket there with the picture of her on the back. Anyway, that's up there, and you can find it by searching for One Nation. It's got the actual entrance music from back in the day with the little blow-up dudes. It's old school Bayley from 2015, which is my preferred version of her. So you can go get that. Once again, the hashtag is One Nation for that. Now we're going to get over here to Miss Olsen. And two things I'm going to actually do. I didn't like the knee pads because that cross is way too thick on the vertical. The horizontal is fine, but it's one unit. It's one symbol. It's a plus sign. So I'm going to have to do two separate lines so I can control the width on them. But then also I realized looking back at the illustration by Hal, and that is that the wristbands are specific ones that we have in the game. So let's go fix that. Up a body. And I couldn't tell you for sure. Sheamus picks up the win. Predictability is off the charts right now. That's what I'm looking for. Man, that's a big one though. Don't they have the shorter version? Small. Let's go with small. Yeah, well, that's extra small. Anybody seen Bray Wyatt lately? Better start putting some milk cartons out or something. I need a 2-color. No, that's not it. Thought it might have been. Looking for the 2-color wristband where there's a little edge on the top, and that might be... Nope. Nope. Worst case scenario, although I think I would just as soon, if I can't find what I'm looking for, then I might just as soon make it myself. They had it on the larger size one, but it doesn't look right. All right. Let's just do this. Image, design. Sounds like Cody and Roman getting ready to go head to head here. While there's a curiosity factor in how this bloodline thing is going to play out, there's not that much curiosity because I feel like I pretty much have it. I mean, we know that it's going to end up being either one of the Usos or it could be Solo that cost him the match after last night. After it went off the air, if you haven't seen the video that people that were there posted up on YouTube. Man, Roman lit his ass up all the way back to the locker room. What you doing? And then Solo acting like a little whoop puppy dog. And I'm like, that ain't going to last too long. Say it's here somewhere. This is coming out wonky. Why is that? There we go. Takes a minute sometimes. I'm happy for Andy Kaufman. And Ray's definitely earned it. Can't argue that one. Keebler, I couldn't care less. I'm not sure that she deserves to be in there. Mr. T, not T, T's in. Cyndi Lauper needs to be in there. Cyndi Lauper in a 3.5 month span has done more for wrestling than Stacy Keibler has ever done. The American Nightmare heading to the ring. Date with Destiny, it would appear. Where the hell did it go? There it goes. Listen. Starting to question my sanity. Oh man, who let the clown in? What's happening, clown? How you doing? This thing's be a pain in the ass. You know what I'm gonna do? Screw this. It's becoming more of a pain in the ass than it's worth. Looks like they had two colors on there when you're looking at the image. Sounds like Cody's trying to go to town on Roman. Just made a JBL reference. Or actually a Paul Heyman reference. And he mentioned Dustin's name. Holy shit. Seems awfully confident. Juan Cordero in the house. What's up? Andrew, hello there. Ricky in the house. What's happening, man? Eric Spadell. Hello there. Yeah, I'm trying to get these wristbands right. I didn't realize at the time it's the wristband that's got that white over black tape. And the only one I found for women is bigger than the men's. And I really thought it was a little too long, but at the same time, as opposed to killing myself like I was just doing there. So this is the look at, man, that's just too long. I can't. I thought I was going to just go ahead and cave into that, but I can't. Tell you what, we're going to leave it as it is. Maybe I'll try it another day, but all it needs is those black rings. Oh, I didn't want to fix the knee pad, so let's fix that part. Tribal Chief is in the house. And go to our lower. See these plus signs when you're stretching it out makes the vertical just extra fat. Not that there's anything wrong with being extra fat. Let me go here real quick. Edit. And we'll pick up the color. And now we'll delete that bitch. We have our image. I was right the first time. Come on. Acknowledge him. That looks much better. All right. Like I said, I was going to keep it short and simple. I just knew I could bang those guys out, at least the attire part, pretty quickly, which we did. Now it's just a matter of doing some faces and stuff like that. But I am way too tired to do it tonight. I'll probably pick this up tomorrow, though. Next couple of days, going to be a lot of wrestling going on one way or another. Oh, damn, that was an uneventful moment. Jeez, Roman just got into a face-off, and that's it? Barely said anything. By the way, there was some possible leaked images of a Cody Championship title, which kind of looked like the Winged Eagle belt a little bit, but then it has like the Cody logo in the center of the plate. So, still a marketable improvement over the current Big W dumbass belt. It definitely has some of the vibe of the Classic Championship, so I'd be in favor of it. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but if it is, it's a pretty damn nice looking belt. Not that we didn't already know who was going to win the main event, but if there is an actual belt made for Cody Rhodes, then it's pretty much done. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. I got to get some sleep, and I am falling asleep right here doing this stream, so believe me, it's not you, it's me. That's what she always says, right? I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Got some N64 coming up real soon as well. Until then, see you from ringside. So long.